In today's video, how to stop the restrict then binge cycle.
All by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul from ProPhysique.com, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. For those that typically follow my videos, you're probably familiar with the type of dieting and the style of dieting that I do that's called flexible dieting. But this video is going to be for a specific group of people. I got a message on my Instagram direct message, and it really hit home and struck a chord with me because while I'm making these videos, I'm getting on a very specific topic, sometimes with contest prep, but I want to keep this short and I want to get right to the point. This video is going to be for the general person that is used to only understanding that you need to restrict calories to get lean, which can lead to binge eating or overeating or cravings. So I want to talk about the philosophy and the style of dieting that I teach, that my coaches teach, that will help us in this process, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is binge eating and eating disorders in general. If this is a psychological issue, there are people out there that can help with that. I am not a therapist, okay? So I'm not going to be able to help with your psychological issues. What I find is that a lot of eating disorder behaviors, not the eating disorders, but the behaviors are associated with the style of dieting that some people do, okay? This is where people treat foods as if they are good or bad. And therefore, when they want to lose weight and get lean, like this person that messaged me, they simply restrict. They simply pull the bad foods out of their diet and put all the good foods in. And while this works for a while, it only works for one reason. Because when you pull out quote unquote bad foods that are higher in calorie dense, and taste really, really good, you replace them with foods that are less calorie dense, that don't taste as good, and thus you are creating a huge caloric deficit from which your body will start to lose body fat. Well, what if I told you you could keep those tasting good, high calorie dense foods in your diet and still create a caloric deficit? That's right. That's what flexible dieting is. The philosophy of a flexible diet, which it's a philosophy, it's not a diet. You see, a lot of times when you hear about a specific diet, the grapefruit diet, the boiled egg diet, the military diet, the Atkins diet, they're specific diets. When you hear about these diets with names, they have very specific foods and they give you very specific reasons to eat them. And sometimes they might work because they fit your lifestyle, but very rarely do they actually fit your lifestyle. You usually change everything you're doing for the duration of the diet. And then when you reach your goal, you realize, well, I can't live without bread. I can't live without the foods that I enjoy. So you go back to doing what you were doing, and more often than not, people gain weight. Oftentimes, they will gain weight to the point where they gain more than they were before they started their diet. This is called body fat overshooting, and it's a phenomenon that is very much a part of our overweight problem that we have. So, what is flexible dieting, and how can we get involved with it? Well, first of all, thank you for the message, because I feel like this is a common question, and I get so caught up in answering these specific questions, sometimes I forget that where it all started for me. This is where it all started for me over 10 years ago when I first learned about flexible dieting and tracking my macronutrients, which can sound a bit scary, but I have a solution for you guys. So I'm going to explain it, but while I'm explaining it, I want you to click in the description box and email me, training@ProPhysique.com. Me and my coaches at ProPhysique.com put together a free flexible dieting guide. That's right. It's a free ebook because we get so many questions and inquiries from people that we can't work with everyone. We are only currently 3 coaches, right? And we can't accept every single client. And so what I wanted to do was just give some help. And so the 3 of us, along with Karina, who is my admin, put our heads together and we got to work. And so this is a free guide. I don't want anything from you guys. Just click on it, download it. Only thing I would like is if you could give us some feedback on it, because the goal here is to inform you. So let us know if it's hitting the mark, or if it's over your heads, or if it feels too granular. Whatever your feedback might be, love it, hate it, it's free. So feedback is the only thing that I want from you guys, and I feel it will add some value. So it's a free ebook. We'll send it to your email. Just shoot us an email below, and you're gonna get the ebook. But let's talk a little bit about the transition from dieting in a way where you kind of treat foods as good and bad, and how you don't. And why I feel it's important for us to make the designation that there are no such things as good or bad foods. That right there is a real problem. That right there is why when you hear somebody eat, oh, I don't eat that because it's fattening. Oh, I don't eat that because it's unhealthy. Food essentially is broken down into calories in our body. Our body breaks those calories down and decides how to use them. Therefore, in my opinion, all food is healthy. The only time a food is not healthy is if you are allergic to it, or if you have a food intolerance. Something like that makes food unhealthy for you. But food in general is healthy. Pizza and cake are healthy. They are only calories that you use. Now, it's true, if you take in too many calories, it can then become unhealthy, but that is not the food's fault. That is us assigning blame to an inanimate object. The food is not to blame, okay? I like to eat cookies, I like to eat cake, I like to eat pizza. The other day, my wife ordered a mellow mushroom pizza, and they make delicious pizza here in Tampa. And so when it came, I thought, man, and I'm dieting right now, and I thought, man, I'd love to have a piece of that. Well, guess what I did? I had a damn piece of pizza. I didn't have the whole thing, because I can enjoy a piece of pizza. And that's what I really want flexible dieting to do for you, is with this ebook, you'll learn what calories are. It's so easy nowadays, guys, to get an app on your phone, figure out the calorie content of foods. And I know that can seem intimidating, but it's not more intimidating than the fact that you're going to restrict and binge, and make no progress, feel terrible about yourself all the time, and feel like you don't actually know the answer. If you just put in that little bit of work to educating yourself a little bit on how to track your food, man, it's going to make a lifetime of difference. These are things that are going to impact your life. And you know it's right. Right now you're shaking your head like, I know. You know it's the right thing to do, but it's hard. Well, I got news for you. Nothing that's worth a damn is not a little bit hard. It's not that hard though. It's one of those things where you go, man, I wish I'd have done it earlier. It's actually pretty easy, and it's kind of fun. I find most people kind of enjoy when you get involved in looking at the calories, the macronutrients, the protein, carbs, and fats of a food, figuring out, oh, does this fit? Does this not fit? It makes eating much more enjoyable, because you now go, oh, well, I want to fit this in, I'll fit it in. I usually eat 4 meals a day. Today I only eat 3. We'll discuss things like banking calories. How do you save up for a big event? Understanding that it's not just a 24-hour window. If you go over on your calories on one day, well, guess what? The next day you can pull back a little bit. There is no set right and wrong, good and bad, okay? It's all about being flexible, not only with your food choices, but with the times that you eat, with the schedule that you eat on. Is going to make a big difference in your life. You'll no longer look at things in black and white, good and bad, okay? There's a lot of gray out there, and you can have a lot of success doing it. So that's really all I wanted to get out to you guys, was just that my philosophy on flexible dieting really does help. One of my favorite things when I work with a client is when I give them a free meal, or we discuss after a competition, what do you want to eat? And they say to me, I'm not really craving anything. That's winning. That's success, because the real difficulty in dieting and restricting calories for a long period of time is not doing it. All of us know how to restrict calories and do cardio and starve ourselves. The real value is that we learn to make it a lifestyle so we can sustain our progress and have real value in our lives and actually be able to enjoy events with our friends and family. This is what flexible dieting is. It's about having a life, okay? So, for anyone interested, again, link below, get the book. If anyone has any specific questions that they have about this topic, Comment below. I might do some follow-up videos. I've done videos like this before, but this ebook is something that we just completed. So when I got this Instagram question, it was just like perfect timing. It just reminded me of it, and I thought this is a good time. So if you're having problems binge eating, overeating, restricting, not understanding how to do the good and bad foods, and if it sounds like all bullcrap that I'm telling you, look, I live the lifestyle. My friend Doug Miller calls me Dirty Paul because I don't eat clean all the time, and he does. And he loves to eat clean. That's his thing. Well, Dirty Paul likes his Tim Tams. I like some pizza, and I like fried food on occasion. You know, it's all about goal setting. It's all about hitting your daily numbers, and it's all about understanding the priorities, the balance, okay? And there are no bad foods. So stop feeling guilty about eating something. All right, guys, this is Paul from ProPhysique.com. As always, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Any questions, comments, please leave below. Direct email us, and we will get you the free guide. And I'll talk to you soon. Where you eat these certain foods. Oh, that's a big ass fucking wasp. Oh no. Oh. Get out.
By myself.